This is the 8th session of the 5th unit. Here we are learning OSI model, which has the total 7 layers. We studied earlier the lowermost layer, physical layer, followed by data link layer. Now next moving towards the third layer, that is a network layer. So network layer, data link layer and physical layer, these are called as a network supporting layers. Then after that there is a transport layer, and then again upper four highest three levels which are called as a user supporting layers. Already we have seen lower three layers may be designed with hardware as well as softwares. Lowermost layer, that is a physical layer, is usually the hardware layer, mostly hardware layer. So now what does the network layer do? So already seeing the details of the layers, network layer, lowermost layer to the network layer is the data link layer. So obviously data link layer will provide the services to the network layer, and network layer will provide services to the transport layer. So network layer lies within the transport layer and data link layer. So what is the main functionality of the network layer? So network layer delivers individual packets. Now here is the word that is called as a packets. In earlier layer, when we have seen data link layer, the word used was the frame. So stream of bits are combined into a manageable data sets, manageable group of bits, and those are called as a frames. Now the messages are observed in the form of a packet. So we use the term as a packets whenever it is relevant to the network layer. So we say network layer delivers individual packets from the source host to the destination host across the multiple networks. What does it mean? So when message has to be transferred from one node to another node, it may be from one link to another link, it means from one network to another network. Then sending of these packets from source machine to the destination machine. If the destination machine is to another network, then this is the task of the network layer, that is sending the packet from source host to the destination host across the multiple networks. While data link layer delivers the packets, of course it is in the form of a frames, but we are again calling here as a DLL. So packets, data link layer delivers packets between the two systems, usually on the same network or onto the same links. But whenever the packet is to be delivered to another network, then the network layer comes in picture. So if the two systems are attached to different networks, which are connected by a connecting device such as a switch or router, then there is often a need for network layer. It means if the packet is to be transferred within a network, then the network layer may not come in picture. Data link layer can perform the task of delivering the packet from source machine to the destination machine. So how it identifies the source and destination? So it is with the help of the logical addressing. So logical addressing, so we'll be seeing addressing details in one of the separate sessions. So right now, so logical addressing is what? If a packet passes the network boundary, so if the packet is meant for the destination machine which is into the next network, so from first network to another network, whenever it passes, that is what the network boundary. Another addressing system distinguishes the source and destination system. So here it is clear that if the packet is to be delivered within a system, in that case it can be done with the physical address given by the data link layer. But if it is beyond the network, then the logical address and the separate distinguishing addresses are needed, and that we call it as a logical addresses, and this is the task performed by the network layer. So distinguish the source and destination systems. So physical addressing implemented by the data link layer addresses and which are locally working. It means within the network it will work. So the word is used as a locally. So briefly, the network layer can deliver the packets from source machine to the destination machine, maybe beyond the networks, and this is done with the help of the logical addressing. So logical addresses are given to each and every machine that may be worked as a source or the destination. So network layer, again going ahead, the network layer adds a header to the packet which is coming from the upper layer that includes the logical addresses of the sender and a receiver. So always whenever it receives the packet, it will add its own header which will have a sender and receiver address and the logical addresses of the receiver, sending and the receiver addresses. Routing is again one of the main functionality relevant to the network layer, which is also called as a switching. So independent networks are connected to create internetworks. or which is called as a network of networks, where it is a large network. So with the help of the many connecting devices which are called as a routers or switches, one network can be connected to another network, and there is a formation of large networks which is also called as a internet. So this is possible with the help of the routing mechanism which is done at the network layer. So routing mechanism takes care of transferring the packets from one network to another network through the switching devices called as a routers or switches. So switch the packets to their final destination is the, again in another words, so it switches the packets to their final destination. So this is a pictorial representation how it indicates the source to destination delivery with the help of the network layer. So from node A to B, so if the packet is to be sent from node A to node D, so it has to go from node A. So network layers of a device or a network, a station, it may be any node. So network layer of this, so it will travel to data link layer, physical layer, come back to the physical layer, data link layer and network layer. So A to B. But as here when it sees the details, when it unwraps the packet received at the network layer, the things becomes clear key. It is to be sent to which node and that node belongs to which network. Accordingly, the routing table will take care and it will be forwarded to the respective network ahead. So when the packet is unwrapped at the destination B, it becomes clear that the final destination is F, but before going finally to the F, it has to go through the E. And so whenever the packet is to be sent from source A to destination B, it has to go through intermediate nodes of B and E. And this switching of the packets based upon the sender and receiver address. And of course, if the network layer comes in pictures, the logical addresses are given, IP addresses are given, and the routing table helps in switching the packets from main source to the final destination. So here the details are given. So hop to hop delivery, that is within the network, and final initial source to the final destination. So this task is done by the network layer. So these are the intermediate links. So this is what the routing is. The network layer A sends the packet to the network layer B. When the packet arrives at router B, the router makes a decision based upon the final destination F. So it decides the which route should be selected for the traversal of packet. So route B uses its routing table to find that the next hop is route E. Then the network layer at B. So these details are nothing but it simply indicates based upon the earlier diagram when packet is to be sent from A to F. At every router it will seek the path and shortest and fastest path it will search, and then accordingly decision will be taken and the packet will be forwarded till it reaches the final destination, and this steps is called as a routing. So this is briefly here it is given. Routing can be studied in more details. So this was the relevant to the network layer. So we have seen the main function of the network layer is to send the packet from source machine to the destination machine with the help of the network layer, and which works with the help of the routing table, whose task is routing or the switching of the packets. Now next layer, that is above the network layer, is the transport layer. So transport layer does the process to process delivery of the entire message. This is again new word. So process to process delivery of the entire message, which indicates that the different application programs that we are running at our PC, these are called as a process, so running programs. So processes can be different. So here even if it goes to the particular machine, that is what we have seen just now, the network layer, it performs the task of sending each individual packet from source to the destination machine. But when it goes to the respective destination machine, at a time simultaneously multiple programs are running onto the machine. So task of sending the packet to the respective process is important. Suppose for example you are sending mail from machine A to machine F. So when the packet goes to the machine F may be working with different processes. Like at the end system, it is working with mail system. Maybe you are working with your filling of any online form. Maybe you are with the Google Classroom, you are into the Google Meet, you are watching some online webinars. It can be different processes. These are called as running programs. So now transport layer performs the task of delivering the packet which is meant for the respective process. So even if the network layer performs the task of sending packet from source machine to the destination machine, once it reaches to the destination machine, delivering it to the respective process and synchronizing the task is the important part of the transport layer. So transport layer does the process to process delivery of the entire message. So process is an application program which is running on the host machine. Network layer oversees the source to destination delivery of the individual packets. That is what just now we have seen. So network layer, it does not recognize any relationship between those packets. It treats each and every packet individually. So though each piece belonged to a separate message, but it treats each packet independently. But in case of the transport layer, it ensures that the whole message arrives intact and in order. So transport layer, it takes care that whole complete message, even if the network layer passes and forwards the packet individually, but transport layer takes care that entire message has been delivered from one process to another process. Similar to the data link layer, transport layer here also perform the task of error control and the flow control at the source to destination level. So merely doing this task at the data link layer is not sufficient, because always the message has to travel through different layers. So transport layer, being it to be the completely software layer, it also takes care of the messages, and with more reliability, it performs the task of error control and flow control at the source to destination. So this is the location of the transport layer. If we see in the diagram, so this block indicates this is the transport layer. Above to the transport layer, it's a session layer, and below the transport layer, it's a network layer. So if we see this at the sender side, session layer will forward the details to the transport layer will forward the details to the network layer, and accordingly at the receiver and exactly reverse is the process. Network layer unwraps the details, forwards it to the transport layer again unwraps the header, which is meant for the transport layer, where it has the port addresses based upon the processes, and then forwards the actual data to the layer above it, which is called as a session layer. This is the pictorial representation of the diagram. So this indicates the relationship between the session layer and network layer with respect to the transport layer. Transport layer does the delivery of message from one process to another process. That is what just now we have seen. So what does it mean? So task of the transport layers are service point addressing. So this name looks to be more new to us and easy to understand is the port addresses. So every process is given with some particular port address. So service point addressing, which is also called as a port addressing. So from a specific, so transport layer perform the task of sending from a specific process or running program on one computer to the specific process on the other. So it perform the task of synchronization. Transport layer header must therefore include a type of address called as a service point address or the port address. Yes. So transport layer will see to what port address the process is received and it is to be sent and it should to be received or to be delivered. Network layer gets back packet to the correct computer. So it identifies the machine and delivers the packet to the respective machine. Now the transport layer comes ahead and it performs the task of getting the entire message to the correct process on that particular computer. So again another task is the segmentation and reassembly. So how the transport layer works, it also has the task of segmentation and reassembly. It means that received message is divided into the transmittable segments. Yes, we never prefer to send the entire message as it is. Let it be in a form of any, maybe binary bits, packets, frames. It is divided into certain segments. Similarly, the transport layer also performs the task of dividing the message into a transmittable segment, and each part is called as a segment, with each segment as a sequence number, so that it becomes easy at the source and receiver machine or the destination machine to check if all the segments are received correctly. So with each segment has a sequence number. So transport layer reassemble the message correctly upon arriving at the destination machine and identify and replace the packets that were lost in transmission. So transport layer connections may be connection oriented or it may be the connectionless. So connectionless transport layer treats each segment as an independent packet and delivers it to the transport layer at the destination machine. While in case of connection oriented, it tries to establish the connection first from source to the destination machine and then entire packets are delivered. Once the delivery is over, then it terminates the connection once the data is transferred. So flow control is nothing but it is performed to end rather than across the single link. Takes care at the source and the destination machine with the port addresses. And it also performs the task of error controlling, process to process transmission and retransmission in case if required. In case of the damage, loss or the duplication of the segments